Hey everybody, Will Chase with ChaseNCredit. Get it, ChaseNCredit. Back again, talk about another subject. Today we're going to talk about 5 types of business credit your company can obtain. So I get asked all the time, like, what kind of credit can my company get? Whether it's a startup, whether it's a business that's been in business for years. So today we're going to talk about that. What kind of credit can your business obtain? So now that we know what business credit is, which we talked about that in the last video, we can talk about the different types of business credit your company can obtain. And the first one is revolving credit. A lot of people know what that is because the same thing with personal credit. Revolving credit is basically credit cards. So with credit cards, same thing with business credit cards. Creditors or business stores can give you a credit card with a set amount of credit on it. So whether it be 5,000, 10,000, 100,000, whatever that amount is, then they're going to let you know what that amount is. So that way you don't go over that amount. That way your company can actually go out and acquire the whether it's equipment, whether it's additional employees, you can leverage the credit for that, whether it's acquiring more credit. So revolving credit is a really good thing to have for your company because it allows you to leverage that revolving credit to get more revolving credit. So getting to the point where a creditor, mainly banks, so Bank of America, Chase, SunTrust, and of course stores that's going to give you revolving credit would be a very good one to have on your goals for acquiring business credit. So next one we're going to talk about, number 2, is charge cards. So businesses can acquire charge credit. Now, just like personal credit, charge cards, like American Express, you charge it, you pay it at the end of the month. So if they give you a $500 credit limit, you use $450 at the end of the month, you pay $450 versus revolving, which means revolving. So if you had a $4,000 credit limit and you use $4,000 of it, they'll require you to make a monthly payment. So that's the difference between revolving and charge. But a lot of vendors will basically give you a charge limit, which give you a 30-day net, 60-day net, 90-day net. Basically, they're expecting you to get what you need and pay back by the end of the month. But that is an easy way to build up your credit history, which they can then extend more credit to you. And then that would allow you to start going into the other ones like revolving lines of credit, credit loans. Starting off with charge ones will actually help you to get to the other ones. So now we're going to number 3. So the good one, installment. So if your business gets to the point where a bank is willing to give you an installment loan, and that's normally not a startup, but if you're able to, but at whatever stage your company is in, number 3 is installment. So what is installment? So let's say Bank of America, Chase, SunTrust, BBT, whatever bank, they give you an installment loan. So you go in, you apply, highly likely you're going to be the personal guarantor. So remember, personal credit, we're going to talk about that. So you're going to say, my company needs $25,000, whether it's a installment loan, and they're going to say, what kind of business collateral you got? We're going to talk about that later. But anyway, so they're going to give your business a $25,000 loan. So with that $25,000 loan, they're going to say, okay, that loan is going to be over a 5-year period, 60 months, that you're going to be required to pay that back and these are going to be the monthly payments based on this interest rate. So you're going to have a set monthly payment. That's an installment loan. Make monthly installment payments. So you get, again, your company gets to the point where you can make installment payments. Get an installment loan. You ball it. So that's number 3. So we got 2 more to go. So number 4. So let's talk about service credit. Service credit can be services that your company needs on a monthly basis to operate. So if it's got a storefront, highly likely it might need monthly cleaning. It probably needs internet. It needs printer service. It needs telephone service. It needs internet service. All these ones that has service behind it, meaning service providers, those charge a monthly payment. So those usually extend their services, and they allow you to make monthly payments. In other words, they give the service first and then you pay later. Just like at your home, they give you cable first and then you pay later. But just like at home, you watch your cable and then you don't pay the cable bill. While you're in the middle of watching, you flick the remote control, and then they say, you see across your TV that the channels ain't working. Well, it's either the cable's out in your area or you didn't pay your bill. Highly likely is door number 1 or door number 2. So on this one, same thing. But you highly likely, as your business grows, you will need other services to help you run your business. And you will need service providers, other businesses that can come in and provide those services that you don't provide. So that allows you to go out and operate your business, focus on what you do best, pay for the rest. You heard that. So you pay for them to come in and help you keep your businesses running, and while you go and focus on you. So that's number 4, and we're on to number 5. So last but not least, trade credit. So you got vendors. You got vendors that you need to operate your business. Say for instance, you're a manufacturer and you need parts. Though it could be a vendor that actually supply those parts. Say for instance, you're a service provider and you need services that allow you to help provide a service to your customers. Those again are vendors. So those vendors will allow you, they will extend credit to you. Those are called trade credit. And normally they will invoice you normally right after you get the service, or the first of the month or 15th, whatever that is. And they usually require you to make that payment, whether it's 10 days, 15 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever. That will be agreed upon up front. And you normally got to pay that. And it would be wise for you to pay it in advance to help it look good on your Dun & Brad report, which we will talk about, that's right, you guessed it, in another video, because business credit is very, very finicky. It is totally different from personal credit. Although it is very similar to, you make your payments on time, it helps your credit. You don't, it won't. So, but trade credit is a very powerful one. It's usually what you're going to start off with as a startup. Get it? Start off, start up. So keep in mind, trade credit is things that can, those vendors is going to help you, help yourself, help your customers. So these are the type of credits that you can obtain as a customer or as a business, attain, and that of course starts building levels, and then one builds upon another, before you know it, you got $500,000 business credit. Longer you stay in business, you build that history. The more you borrow, the more it looks like you can borrow. It's a system. So I didn't make it up. I'm just telling you basically what I've seen over time. So I'm Will Chase. This is ChaseNCredit. Get it? ChaseNCredit. And if you're anything like me, you're always chasing that credit, that 720. If it drops down to 719, you'd be like, oh my God, what am I going to do? But you got to keep your eye on the prize. You know, what is your goal? You know, credit is needed unless you got enough cash to pay for everything. And usually the people that got a lot of cash still focus on the credit. So, but again, I'm looking for that feedback. So send me the feedback, subscribe, good or bad feedback. So send an email, send a snail mail, put a message in a bottle, whatever you got to do. I need that feedback. Send me some questions. I get plenty of questions, especially when I'm out and about or when I'm talking to some people. I'm very passionate about talking about business credit because I've been through it. I've been all the way through all the seasons and the ups and downs. So, but we're going to talk about that too. But again, Will Chase, ChaseNCredit. See y'all in the next video. Y'all have a good one.